Okay, hope you've had time to watch the previous videos on growing without soil. So the next part of the class is what we'll be doing is trying to make you understand setting up of commercial systems. However, before that, I want to get a little bit into details today discussing some of the advantages of soilless farming. But first, let me make this clear. The idea of soilless farming or the concept of soilless farming is not such that we are going to totally eliminate soil. No. Rather, we want soilless farming to be a complement to soil, such that those that still decide to practice soil-based farming for maybe bigger cash crops like things like your tree crops, like your cassava, they can do that, while things like vegetables can be grown without soil to close the gap between markets and between the farms and the markets, so that you don't have to start producing highly perishable crops from 50, 60 kilometers away from the eventual consumer. So today we'll start off with advantages of soilless farming. So one of the importance of soilless farming is you are able to actually use what we call sterilized medium. For some of us, we got cocoa coir. For some of us, we got rock wool, perlite, vermiculite, whatever it is you got, you realize you have access to use what we call sterile medium. Remember, in one of the classes, we talked about the different types of hydroponics that exist, where you can actually use a media with your soilless farming. So the media you are able to use, you realize, is sterile, which means it is clean. There are no pathogens or diseases inside. So when you introduce your seed or your plantlet or your seedling to the system, whatever disease that plant can carry, whatever infection that is going to hit that plant is not going to come from the medium, which normally would have been from the soil. Remember, we said most of the pathogens that affect plants actually live in the soil. So removing that soil element ensures that that part is also taken care of. Also, we have what you call plant nutrition. So you realize, like if you look at this system where I'm seated now that is still under construction, we are able to, on the farm, so you know, people will be talking around. So permit me to tell I'll record something. No problem. So sorry, like I said, I'm on the farm, so it's only normal for us to have interferences like that. So what you have is, with soilless farming, it is easier to actually monitor the nutrients of the plant. So if you look at this system, for example, this is for yam. So let me show you. So this is where the nutrients are going to be coming in from. So what this means essentially is, whatever nutrient we don't supply, the plant will not have access to. In addition, it is actually easier to say, oh, this is what this plant is getting per time. Oh, this plant is getting X or Y or Z nutrient per time. Meaning, if I want the plant to have 14% nitrogen, I am going to ensure that in the nutrient tank, I am only supplying 14% nitrogen. If I want the plant to get 60%, that is what I am supplying. In addition, there is no interference from other plants. So usually, like I always say, if you decide you want to plant different types of crops, try to ensure that your nutrient tank supplies crop that requires similar nutrients. So not like, oh, here you are planting yams, and here you decide to go and plant maybe lettuce, and you know this one needs a nutrient for chipperization. This is not going to be forming any tuber, then you are going to have a mess of everything you are doing. Then another thing again is plant spacing. In soilless farming, you realize you are able to plant we are able to plant maximally, such that the only space you leave is what the plant requires to grow, because they are not really fighting for for food. So take for instance, this is a 1 meter by 1 meter space, and if you can count the number of holes, you realize here I have 36 holes to grow 36 yams, 36 plants of your yam plants. But normally, if this were soil, the best you can do here is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you are in Ondo State, if you are in Benue, all of this will be just one heap of yam. But with soilless farming, you can actually plant as closely as possible, such that the space you are leaving to the side is just what the plant requires to grow. Then you also have better weed control. Like you notice, I'm inside a greenhouse, and on the floor we've poured gravel. So even within the planting region, we have a better weed control system. because for any witch to say they want to come out, then they must first and foremost break through the gravel. In addition, where you even have your plants, even if you decide not to put gravel in your greenhouse, where you have the plants, you are not going to come here tomorrow. Maybe we plant Irish potatoes, for example. You're not going to come tomorrow and you're not seeing yam or you're seeing plantain growing. Remember, we say weed, according to us, is defined as anything that you don't want. So if I am planting yam and maize is growing, as far as I'm concerned, that maize has become weed, because that is not what that place. So same way, but it's only what is going to be that is going to water. You also save water on soilless planting. By that, this is not, you're not able to see the complete system. If you can come this way, so you realize from here, this is where the nutrient is going to come in from. Now the excess nutrients are going to come back into this and return back to our nutrient tank. When we discuss nutrition or the nutrient of the plant, I will try to explain that using a real system to make a bit of sense. But basically you are saving water, because normally when the rain falls in your regular farm, whatever the plant does not take gets it runs off and you never get access to it again. However, with soilless farming, whatever the plant does not take remains within the system. So in a place like this is approximately half a plot, you are going to use about 200 or 300 liters of water to continually feed the plant for a space of 1 month. And this can contain well over 1,440 plants. 1,440 plants. With this sparse population for yam or vegetables, you will get way more. Another thing is soilless farming gives you better fruit quality. So this is for people that want to do things like vegetables, like tomatoes. Now, people always ask, how is it possible for planting without soil to give you better fruit quality in taste, palatability, shelf life, and all? The reason is simple. It is actually because of the quality of water you are using to grow. So the kind of water we use to grow here, you try to ensure that first the pH is 7, it is 100% clean. You have done your reverse osmosis and all of that to ensure. Now I'm talking about for commercial growers. You are trying to ensure that whatever it is, type of water you are going to use is 100% clean. And because of the purity of the water, it actually has an effect on the taste and the quality of the fruit you will produce at the end of the day, which is usually better than the traditional or conventional farming. Then your fertilizer usage is reduced. I mean, earlier I talked about the fact that the water is recycled. Now, since the water